relates to Andre Degree's office and what they're doing to provide. I think the plan may be still, and Senator Wiggins chime in, hopefully to get a pilot program going in the state to help out with places where they have a hard time with public defense. But this is also, at least for the time being, and a stopgap measure that help pay indigent counsel more money than they've gotten. The word that I got is they have not had a raise in 40-something years. And I was surprised to learn, I don't do this type of work, surprised to learn that they had a maximum of $1,000 that they could get for representation of an indigent in circuit court. And if it was appealed, that they could get up to $200 for that. And then as it relates to capital cases, it was $2,000. And if appealed, another $1,000. So what we've done is bumped it from $1,000 to $3,000 in the first instance, $200 to $600 for the appeal. On capital cases, from $2,000 to $6,000, and from $1,000 to $3,000 on appeals. This does have a repealer of July 1, 2028. And this would, we may be moving towards something where there's a public defender office. I don't know that right now, but some discussion about getting more public defenders, and those would be attorneys that were staffed throughout the state, could handle public defense cases. I'll yield for questions if there are any. Seeing no questions.
Title sufficient to pass.
Question.
Question, Senator Polk, you're recognized.
Did you say it? How many years since?
I was told 40-something years.
40. That's 40.
That's what I was told. I have not verified that, so I do want to check it, but I just got that information yesterday. But either way, if it was 10 or 15 years ago, I was shocked at how low this was.
I'm doubly shocked. Isn't that cruel and unusual punishment?
For the attorneys, yes, it is. I don't do this type of work, but I can't imagine getting paid, $1,000 or $2,000 to handle a capital case. And that is paid by the counties, by the way. It's not paid by the state, but it's still incredibly low.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Polk. I think Senator Wiggins, you had a motion.
Title sufficient do pass.
Motion is titled
strike all.
Sufficient do pass, strike all. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. The ayes have it. Next is House Bill 918. This simply transfers the money, the grant fund money concerning the Mississippi Community Heritage Preservation grants from DFA to Archives and History. That's all it does. And it's my understanding that Archives is in favor of this and DFA does not care. And I will yield for questions. Motion is title sufficient do pass. All in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. Next is House Bill 1126. This is just keeping another transfer bill alive. We do this every year, keeping two vehicles alive in case we need them as we get towards the end of setting our budgets. And there is a should be reverse repealer in this. I think there is. Let me make sure. Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. There is a reverse repealer in this. I'll yield for questions. Seeing none, motion, Senator Polk. Title sufficient do pass. All in favor, committee sub. All in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. We will skip item 1127, go to item 1128. These are mirror bills almost of what we've passed so far. This is some of the fixes or changes that we made, modifications. If you'll recall that we moved money to Mississippi State for the veterinary school fund, they've requested that instead be moved to IHL, the Board of Trustees for IHL, and they would distribute the money to Mississippi State. So that's one change from what we did previously. And the other change was related to $1.4 million that we put into an appropriations bill last year for school safety. And what we had in the language last year was a mapping program, and they've requested that be changed to a safety platform. Everything else is stuff we passed thus far, which includes the amending a number for the ERBR, removing equipment, vehicle, equipment, office furniture, office fixture that's no longer needed by a state agency. They can sell, trade, or donate that by written approval from the governor's office. This includes the money that was not needed for the Reed Green Coliseum renovations that could be utilized by Southern Mississippi on campus. It included the changes for the LoSAP length of service program that money has not been drawn down. And finally was changing and moving the money from UMMC to, UMMC to the Department of Health for the Office of Physician Workforce. I'll yield for questions if there are any.
Title sufficient to pass.
Motion is title sufficient, do pass. Strike all. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. And then the next one is the local projects bill. That's always the last bill we've done in the session every year. The only change from what we passed previously was related to the water system near Utica. You may have seen this on the news recently. We sent the money to the town of Utica, $300,000 to assist them with pipe installation and replacement. And it needs to instead to go to the Reed Town Water Association. So deleting the town of Utica and inserting the Reed Town Water Association. I'll yield for questions if there are any. Seeing none, motion title sufficient, do pass, strike all. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Okay, we'll go back to item 4 on the agenda. That's House Bill 1127, and I will recognize Senator Polk to explain.
Thank you, Mr. President. House Bill 1127 is one that's very similar, if not exactly the same as ours that we passed previously. The only difference in this, and there is an amendment for this in the bill, I believe, that says in section 27, number 5, if at any time the state fiscal officer determines that funds are deobligated after October 5th, 2024, the state fiscal officer, in connection with the state treasurer, shall transfer the deobligated funds to the ARPA MDOT Maintenance Project Fund. As you remember, that's what we did previously a few weeks ago. And it's also what we determined to do last year, in that all excess funds in the ARPA program, as they are not being able to be used by an agency, all of them go to the ARPA MDOT Maintenance Fund. Mr. Chairman, I'd be glad to entertain questions.
And this does have reverse repeater in it also?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Senator Polk. Questions? Seeing none.
Title sufficient, do pass.
Motion is title sufficient, do pass. Committee sub. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. We will reconvene again next Tuesday. I'm sure we'll have a group of bills we need to take up then. I will entertain a motion. Motion to rise and report. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you.